Yes.
Hi. Thank you. But you're speaking Russian also, yeah? Thank you very much. Okay, good. Thanks. So you're Mark. Max?
Yeah.
Max?
Mark.
Okay, Mark. Thank
Mark.
you. So, Bairma, hello. Suji. Okay. So we have now at around a few people now. And we still will wait maybe another 1 or 2 minutes to start our today's meeting. We see how many people come. Maybe using this time, Yerkin, we can maybe upload the Sagansar small this can you just for this is like how in Mongolia Sagansar is celebrating.
Это вы, да?
No, это нет me. Это Yerkin voice too вахкош Yerkin. Too неясен.
Зоото. Тоо тастаад өнөө.
Yeah.
Яваал энэ тоо.
This is like, okay, the sound is not so good. This is how we are celebrating a lunar holiday in Mongolia. Actually, lunar holidays used to as heritage holiday celebration. So you can see here some subtitles. So during the first day of Lunar New Year, heritage comes to greet each others, like in this family.
Yes.
Okay, thanks. Okay, this was just a small.
Это что, национальный праздник, что ли, у вас?
Yes, it is Sagansar is Mongolia Lunar New Year. Монгольский Sagansar, как отмечает, как пастухи встречают Sagansar, это лунный Новый год. This was only for taking time for people to come to waiting how heritage in Mongolia celebrates Lunar New Year. We just had this on 11th of February, so it's already 1 month after Sagansar. So we are now already full in springtime here. I think all of you are also enjoying springtime in all the relative places, in countries, in regions. So I think we will, after a few seconds, we will start maybe. And then people may will come and join us maybe during our time. Okay, I think we will start now. Мы будем начинать нашу сегодняшнюю встречу. And thank you very much to all of you to come for our meeting today. And today we have some new participants and members, I think, in our meeting. Сегодня у нас есть несколько новых участников. I think here we have Mark. First time, welcome Mark, and we have Umut. Hi Umut. And we have also IYRP. And we have also someone from Kishin Tirova. So new participants, welcome of them. And let me ask them to introduce briefly themselves. Please just short in your name, country, organization, title, and as well as your interest in Rangeland and Australia. Of course, you can share your ideas and experiences more during our today's meeting, just for introduction, but very, very short. Can you introduce yourselves? Мы приглашаем наших новых членов сегодняшних нам вкратце, значит, познакомить. So, who will start?
Okay.
Okay, Mark.
Okay, my name is Mark Foggen. I'm a Canadian, but I have worked in Central Asia and Western China for about 25 years. I'm the director of the organization Plateau Perspectives. And I was just opening up our website, IYRP, and on the Central Asia page, there's several photographs, a video or two. So I've been contributing in the background for some of the visuals and documentation. I've been tracking the email correspondence and minutes, but have not been able to join until now. But my pleasure to join and just get a person-to-person update and support as I can. Not actively, but as networks allow to spread the word. I'm a biologist by training, but look mostly at human dimensions of rangelands and conservation and pastoralism. Thank you.
Okay, very good, Mark. Yes.
Hello.
Okay, next.
Can I? My name is Umut Joldosheva. I'm from Kyrgyzstan. Recently, I have been contracted by the Rural Development Fund as a facilitator of the International Land Coalition Asian platform on land locally managed ecosystems, and I'm very looking forward to cooperating with some initiative with other ILC platforms, and especially on rangelands. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Good. Okay, next, IYRP.
Yeah,
okay.
hello. Hello, I'm IYRP. I'm working Research Institute of Animal Husbandry in Mongolia. I'm botanist. I'm working rangeland management and monitoring. Recently, I'm very interested in seed ecology. Thank you very much.
Very good. Okay, we have someone else new, Kishin Batrova.
Good afternoon and good morning, dear colleagues. My name is Maripa Kichnya-Batyrova. I am from FAO Kyrgyzstan. I'm managing the livestock, pasture, and veterinary projects in FAO office, and my background is a veterinarian. And as a manager of the livestock projects, I'm very interested in also pasture issues, because we have pasture-related projects, livestock, veterinary project, which all are related to the pasture issues. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you, Agrippa. So I think that now other people we have here, so you will know all others, maybe not we just have time to introduce. So if no any others to speak here or introduce, so если нет других людей представиться, на этом этапе мы можем переходить на программу. So thank you again for the introduction for our new visitors. I hope you will catch with us during today's meeting and in the next meetings. Please also visit, we have online booths. I think many of you know, Max already contributed a lot on pictures and everything. So it's like IYRP.info. So you all know, so please visit on that. So we have here regional page. So спасибо за представление. Если у вас есть вопросы или можете познакомиться детально в нашем сайте Международного года, который называется IYRP.info. And thank you again. Welcome to you, all of you, to our network, to our group. And if so, let's go to the agenda. According to the agenda item, item, I think a tentative agenda on your hand, because we sent it to you. It's an invitation. So do you have any ideas or comments or changes or additions to the agenda? If not, so just follow it, okay? Okay, thanks. So before going to agenda points, I want to remember you, if you have any questions, please feel free to raise your hand or just switch your micro in the ask questions, or use chat button below for your, because we are a very small group today. So if any, you can just very freely to address your ideas and your thoughts. Прежде чем переходить на программу повестки дня, я хочу напомнить, что если у вас какие-нибудь возникнут вопросы, пожалуйста, сразу задавайте или используйте там чат бутон где-то внизу для вашего, значит, вашем компьютере. And please, please also mute your mic when you not speaking and unmute when you speak. Также, пожалуйста, включайте your микрофон, когда вы говорите, и отключайте, когда вы слушаете, да? Пожалуйста, тогда, значит, this meeting mainly we have, I think, many people on English speakers here. So mainly we will use English. Maybe our some documents or some slides maybe in Russian, but maybe a little bit translated. But so we will use both English and Russian, if it's okay for you. Lena, okay for you, huh? Окей. Сегодняшнюю встречу мы проводим в основном на английском, потому что здесь англоязычный в основном. Если, но мы можем использовать и русский язык, тоже текст на русском языке, слайды. То есть сегодняшняя встреча на двух языках, на английском и на русском. So we start today meeting at 5, so we will planning to finish about 1 hour 30 minutes, 90 minutes on 6:30. Is that a good time for you? Okay, thank you. So if someone volunteer to not make note today's meeting, it will be very nice making a note of the meeting. Some volunteers, because very small meeting, maybe just a half page or 1 page. If not, can I ask Miss Lena? Okay, just small notes, okay? Afterwards, maybe tomorrow we can share. Thank you, Elena. Okay, so now according to our agenda item 1, we are inviting our country coordinators. Country coordinators to make small update on activities, how at national level we are advocating or supporting in organizing supporting activities for international year rangelands and pastorals, which we all are on the track. So, and today we will plan to hear our country coordinators like Abdul Malik, Mirza had not wait, I think he will come out, and Kuralai from Kazakhstan also not wait here. So Kankuyuk is, I think he was here. And then Azizbek from Tajikistan, I think he will not, or we will see. So we will start. Начало сегодняшней встречи, значит, по нашим предварительным повестке дня. Первый вопрос – это обновленная информация о процессах поддержки Международному году поставщиков угоды и скотоводов на национальном уровне. У нас запланировано 3-4 встречи, 4 маленькие информации из Кыргызстана Абдумалик Байке, из Узбекистана Мирзахид, Курала из Казахстана, Ганкуй из Монголии и Азизбек из Таджикистана. Как видим, сегодня у нас некоторые из них отсутствуют, so мы будем начинать, кто у нас активный, кто у нас сегодня есть. Okay, let's start with Abdumalik Baike, okay? Maybe I share your screen, я поставляю нас на скрин ваши документы, да?
Да. Хумбай, тогда я на русском буду говорить, Эльвира сразу переведет, чтобы, поскольку многие англоговорящие, хорошо?
Окей, good, хорошо.
Я немножко покороче буду говорить, потому что презентация места, которую Эльвира в курсе, она тоже участвовала в этой форуме, она на английском чуть подробнее расскажет. Не возражайте?
Хорошо.
Я вас всех приветствую, уважаемые коллеги. Наша презентация у вас есть? Пожалуйста, откройте нашу презентацию. Есть же у вас наша презентация?
Okay, just a minute.
Пока вас представлю, да?
Ага, пожалуйста.
чтобы время не терять, да? Let me briefly introduce our presenter. It's Mr. Egemberdiyev Abdumali. He's a director of National Association of Pasture Users of Kyrgyzstan. It is the network organization, as many of you know, united more than 400 pasture user unions in the whole country. And we work on the improving the pasture condition and capacity building of pasture users unions. So we have short presentation for our last event. It was a big event on the national level. It's the National Pasture Forum, and we will briefly inform you what issues were discussed on this meeting.
Следующий. Следующий.
Okay.
Хымбай, вы в курсе, вот мы 19 февраля провели большой такой форум пастбищепользователей, где участвовали, начиная от членов правительства, депутаты парламента нашей республики, государственные структуры, которые курируют сельского хозяйства. Также были представители местных органов государственной администрации, представители пастбищных комитетов, глава местного самоуправления и все неправительственные организации, которые у нас в республике работают, которые занимаются в области управления пастбищами. Также приняли участие наши доноры, которые курируют пастбищный сектор.
As I mentioned, this forum was conducted on the national level, and we invited local communities, representatives of the pasture user unions, forest users, and other stakeholders from the rural areas. And also it was invited some deputies from our parliament and non-governmental organization and representatives of different projects working in Kyrgyzstan in the pasture sector. And the most important was the participation of the local authorities, which are responsible there for sustainable pasture use, and new elected, especially new elected leaders of these local authorities.
Мы какую задачу поставили перед форумом? Основным инициатором выступили наша организация Кыргызжайты. И многие, наверное, в курсе, уже в прошлом году исполнилось 10 лет, как мы проводим пастбищную реформу. И мы как бы провели оценку результатам пастбищной реформы, какие результаты получили, какие проблемы были в законодательном плане, в плане управления пастбищами, в работе пастбищных комитетов, и какие проблемы были, и мы высказали, какие пути решения этих проблем. Словом, очень активная, хорошая такая атмосфера была в работе форума.
So this forum was organized like a summary of the 10 years of the pasture reforms in our country, and it was the initiative of our association. We aimed to create some kind of platform for all stakeholders to have a chance to discuss the current situation in the sector and to place the more important problems and issues of pasture committees to be discussed with the people that making decisions, deputies of our parliament and representatives of the Minister of the Agriculture and main donor organizations in the country.
Основным докладчиком выступил я от имени нашей организации. Я рассказал, какие результаты мы достигли в прошедшие годы, и какие успехи мы добились, какие проблемы были, как мы их проблемы решаем. Словом, о результатах пастбищной реформы доложил я на форуме.
The main presentation was done by our director. He presented the results of pasture reforms in Kyrgyzstan, and he presented all the challenges and issues in this sector. Because before this forum, we have conducted some kind of survey around our members, pasture user unions, to determine the main challenges on the local level and to collect all the questions from the pasture users and forest users in sustainable pasture management. So all the survey, based on this survey, our director presented the current situation and outcomes of this pasture reform in Kyrgyzstan.
В работе нашего форума приняли многие члены правительства. Вот выступает наш новый министр сельского хозяйства. Сейчас теперь называется наше министерство, Министерство сельского, водного хозяйства и развития регионов Кыргызской республики. Вот новый министр Аскар Джанибеков, он выступил в поддержку пастбищной реформы. Он сам до назначения министром, он является крупным фермером, у него большой опыт в этой области развития животноводства. Он сам является крупным пастбищепользователем, и он очень положительно отозвался о проводимости нашей работы по реформе, по улучшению пастбищ, по работе пастбищных комитетов и высказал дальнейшую поддержку пастбищных комитетов.
On this picture, you can see our new elected Ministry of Agriculture. We have some changes in the structure of this ministry. Now it calls Ministry of Agriculture and Water Resources and Rural Development. So we have all these questions in one ministry. So this new elected new ministry, he presented his vision of the future development of the sector, and he made some kind of personal assessment of the pasture reforms and its outcomes, because he has a very good experience for a long time. For a long period, he has worked in the sector, and he was one of the leaders of one of the successful interpreters in this sector. So he has his point of view as a pasture user and as a ministry now, and his assessment was very good for pasture reforms outcomes, and he said that the ministry is ready to support the pasture sector and development of pasture committees in the future.
Также принимал участие наш основной донор, это страновой директор по Кыргызстану, директор ИФАДа Самир Биджаи. Он также отметил, что какую работу мы проводим по пастбищной реформе, он тоже положительно отозвался. Также он говорил, что наш опыт является примером для других стран Центральной Азии по проведению пастбищной реформы. И вот ИФАД последние 10 лет очень хорошо поддерживал пастбищный сектор и высказался дальнейшей поддержкой нашей отрасли.
On this picture, you can see Samir Bijawi. He's a country director of IFAD in Kyrgyzstan, and he also agreed with previous representatives and say that the results and outcomes of pasture reforms in Kyrgyzstan can be considered as a successful case study for the neighboring countries and other countries with the same agriculture situation. And also he presented some kind of short assessment of the projects supported by IFAD in Kyrgyzstan, and this assessment was positive. So we can see the outcomes and results of two big projects in our country implementing during the last 5 years.
Также принимали представители парламента. От имени членов парламента выступил депутат Алла Карашев. Он также поддержал ту проводимую работу в области реформирования пастбищного сектора. Также многие вопросы, касающиеся в законодательном плане, он высказался, что будет поддерживать те вопросы, которые касаются законодательства, других нормативных правовых документов. Также, если еще какие-то вопросы будут, от имени парламента он высказался в поддержку пастбищной реформы.
On this picture, you can see the deputy of our government, Karashev, and he, as a representative of parliament, he showed his recognition of the outcomes of these reforms in our country, and in the framework of last political situation in our country, he said that the parliament is ready to support this sector, and they are preparing some additional changes in the legislation framework of the tenure system and pasture management system, and taking into account the challenges and issues discussed on this forum, he said they will prepare some strategy for the on the national level, taking into account these questions. So Parliament is ready to support the future development of pasture sector in the legislation framework if needed.
Форум проходил целый день. Вот все вот эти делегаты смогли задать вопросы всем государственным руководителям государственных структур, касающиеся вопросов использования пастбищ. Очень много было вопросов в адрес различных государственных структур, где представители министерств, ведомств ответили, и пастбищепользователи получили исчерпывающие ответы. И мы разделились на несколько групп, и каждая группа разработала свои, значит, документы и потом доложили пленарному заседанию. Словом, форум прошел очень активно, заинтересованно, все смогли задать вопросы и получить ответы от тех представителей государственных структур, которые курируют пастбищный сектор.
This forum was held during the whole day. So first part was just for presentations, and the second part was for question and answers. So we're very glad that this forum became a good platform for all stakeholders and create the opportunity for the rural people to ask their questions and get the correct answers and consultations from the people they are responsible for decision making. And it was a good platform for government to be aware of the current situation and challenges in the sector, and it became a good platform also for donor organizations which implementing different projects in Kyrgyzstan in pasture sector to determine and assess the current situation and make some plans for future implementation of future projects based on the real situation. And so we're happy that it was very good event that we expected for last 3 or 4 years. We planned it, and it was very successful assessment of pasture committees and other participants. It was very useful and very promising event for all stakeholders.
В конце мы приняли резолюцию, где мы все участники форума отметили положительную работу пастбищного комитета по реформированию пастбищного сектора. и несколько рекомендаций, просьб в адрес правительства, парламента по улучшению нормативно-правовых направления, также государственным структурам, чтобы в дальнейшем оказали поддержку пастбищных комитетов в проведении по улучшению пастбищ, других мероприятий, которые проводят пастбищные комитеты. И эта резолюция была принята единогласно всеми участниками форума.
At the end of this forum, we have signed the resolution where all these questions were placed, and one of the most important part was about the International Year of Rangeland and Pastoralists. So all stakeholders agreed that this is a very important initiative for our organization, and they're ready to support it on the different levels, both on national, regional, or local level. And pasture committees agreed to support this initiative by implementing different initiatives on the local level. And we are glad that our donor organizations had an opportunity to learn more about this initiative of the International Year of Rangeland and Pastoralists. So we are planning to cooperate with all these participants, the main stakeholders, in the planning the strategy of support of this initiative in Kyrgyzstan and in region in the framework of CAPA.
Я в своем докладе также отметил, что по инициативе монгольских коллег ООН принята резолюция по объявлению года пасторалистов и пастбищепользователей. И мы какие мероприятия мы должны провести в этом направлении. И в резолюции тоже отражена задача государственного органа поддержки этой инициативы. Также пастбищным комитетам рекомендовано провести активную работу по улучшению пастбищ, по улучшению управления, использования и других мероприятий, направленных на улучшение пастбищного сектора нашей страны.
So the main input from our side, it was to inform our pasture committees about this initiative, and our state organization and other stakeholders of the sector, just to cooperate our activities. And from our side, we are planning to support different initiatives of our pasture committees and improving the condition of pastures and other initiatives supporting this idea of International Year of Rangeland and Pastoralists. And of course, we will go in line with this our strategy about this year, and we have placed all this information in local languages on our website to inform the all interested sites about this initiative, so we can cooperate all together, and we hope we will create some kind of strategy, both communication and implementation of these activities on the national level.
Вот мы в июне месяце этого года, если вот эта эпидемиологическая ситуация позволит улучшиться, мы намерены провести слет пастбищепользователей непосредственно на пастбище Сокольской области, где будем к этому вопросу придать такой новый толчок. И пастбищепользователям, самим пастухам тоже объявить, что объявлен такой, знаете, 26-й год годом пастухов, и туда приглашаем представителей всех районов, областей нашей страны. Также, Хумбай, во главе вас приглашаем членов нашей организации, чтобы, если будет возможность, принять участие. К этому моменту мы проведем несколько подготовительной работы, выпустим специальный журнал, брошюры, ролики и другие мероприятия, чтобы дать новый импульс. Это хорошее мероприятие, чтобы наши пастбищепользователи знали и провели такую активную подготовительную работу. Спасибо, у меня все.
For example, this summer we are planning one of the big events. It's the pastoral forum on the pasture, on the remote pasture in Sykyl Oblast of our country, and it's planned. Firstly, it was planned on the local level, but then we decided to invite the representatives from the government and from the other interested sides. And as we know, participants from Mongolia, from Kazakhstan are interested to participate in this meeting, and we invite all of them. If it of course depends on the epidemiologic situation in the world and in our country. So we invite anyway all of you, and we'll try to arrange online translation of this meeting if it's if it's not possible to participate in this event by yourself. So we're going to prepare some handouts and different photo and video materials about this event in particular, and about the initiative of International Rangeland Year. And we will share all this information with our members, pasture users, and I hope that you will be able to participate by yourself and share this, your vision and maybe your opinion about the spread of this information on the national or regional level. So we invite all of you, and this is all for now, and later I will also give some additional information about our communication strategy. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Eggenberg. Спасибо большое, очень хорошо. So, do you have any questions, comments to the presentation of Mr. Eggenberg? Вопросы, комменты? У меня два маленьких вопроса.
Давайте.
I have only short two questions. One, it is very nice that you organize such very successful national level forum, which is that we want, you know. Это очень хорошо, что вы организовали такой хороший национальный форум, который как раз и наш вот международный год, который мы хотели бы посмотреть. Это очень было успешное и очень хорошее мероприятие. И поздравляю вас. Спасибо.
Спасибо.
My questions, in short, I just translate in English for you, Abdul. First, you have resolution at national level for pastoral reform and all the issues of pasture management, including the national and local levels, how to improve pasture management. That resolution also fits to the international rangeland pastorals, of what our objective is and what we are trying to do. And my question that the new government member, Mr. Minister, which is now new structure, Minister of Agriculture and Water and Rural Development. So as we told before with you that can we organize some kind of Central Asian high-level meeting of pasture management policy meeting. So inviting the ministers from actually from Kyrgyzstan and to invite Mongolia and to maybe possibility other countries like same from ministers of other countries, and then develop a regional resolution to support international rangeland pastoralists. So primarily we have talked with you that such kind of visit may be possible, but it was, I think, a previous minister, during the previous minister. So now this new minister support on these activities. So my вопрос, значит, как мы разговаривали с вами, Абдумалик Пайке, когда мы раньше разговаривали о том, что мы можем организовать министерскую встречу министров сельского хозяйства Центральной Азии, может быть, Монголию, где-то, значит, концепт второй половине года. То есть тогда у вас был другой министр, сейчас у вас новый министр и новая структура, у вас Министерство сельского хозяйства, водных ресурсов и региональное развитие.
Да.
Этот министр сейчас поддерживает вашу инициативу, такое создание такой встречи. Как вы считаете? Первый вопрос. Второй вопрос, я тоже задам второй вопрос, чтобы вы отметили сразу. Второй вопрос. Значит, июня у вас, значит, вы планируете, значит, большое мероприятие по пастушным форумам среди пастухов и пасторалистов. Это очень хорошо, то мы можем туда прислать наших партнеров и приехать, если вопрос пандемии разрешится, то есть тогда мы можем сделать это ваш форум, как тоже среди форум для обсуждения и взаимного замен опытом и стран Центральной Азии. То есть такой возможность будет, мы тогда можем привлечь монгольских и других центральноазиатских коллег в вашу эту forum. То есть it's very nice that you organizing this big event on heritage on forum. That's, I think we also can make it a Central Asian event. Thank you. Спасибо.
Я министром разговаривал насчет вот поездки, он в принципе поддерживает, он тоже высказался, что как будет вот эта ситуация с ковидом, вот это говорит, будем следить, как будет ситуация позволит, эту встречу можем организовать. Можно. И вот это второе мероприятие также зависит от карантинной ситуации. Как улучшится, мы пока объявили, что ожидается приезд наших гостей из Монголии, с Узбекистана, с Казахстана. Наши пастбищные комитеты уже начали подготовку. Мы сами тоже следим, чтобы достойно организовать встречу наших коллег. Мы на высоком уровне постараемся это мероприятие организовать.
Спасибо большое. Thank you very much. Спасибо. Хорошо, да. Если нет других вопросов, то переходим, можем и пригласить Сумжитма, монгольская National Federation Пашизу групп с монгольской организацией пашепользователей о работах на национальном уровне. Сумжитма, пожалуйста.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. Okay.
Okay, thank you and good afternoon, everybody. So my name is Sunjitma. I am participating on behalf of National Federation of Past User Groups of Mongolia. So actually our director, Kang Hwayogi, is the member of this group. So today I'm presenting on behalf of him. So our organization is really umbrella organization for herder organizations in Mongolia. So I would like to share a few slides with you. It's including the activities what we are conducting in Mongolia. So our mission is really the healthy rangeland and healthy animals and healthy food and healthy Mongolian. So our main activity is supporting the herders' livelihood through the rangeland, sustainable rangeland management in Mongolia. So these years we've been working with herder organizations and also with the herders in rangeland management field in Mongolia. So first activity is rangeland management. So we've developed and organized about 150 1,500 pasture user groups throughout Mongolia, and we are supporting them by the methodology and also investment, and also with some supporting documents, and also we are connecting them to the government too. So by this activity, we are really developing the rangeland management planning rules, and also we've developed very good rangeland monitoring system in Mongolia. And last few years also we have established rangeland use agreement in Mongolia. So this agreement is really the formal document that the herders are using their own rangeland with the their own rights, and also with good rangeland management based on the ecological potential and also the carrying capacity. And also we developed many herder organization in a zone level and AMAG level in Mongolia. So these herder center and organizations are really, gathering the herders, and also they are taking information and training for them in these centers. And also, as mentioned in the first presentation, we also organize rangeland forum. So every year we organize rangeland forum in Mongolia. During that forum, we bring the representative of the herders from throughout Mongolia, and also the many NGOs and the governmental organizations are included in the meeting. So because of COVID, it's making trouble, but we are really willing to organize every year this event. And also we are really supporting the herder women and also the herders development. And last some years also we are supporting the pasture user group and herder family-based ecotourism in Mongolia. And also our one of main activity is cooperative development, and this is really supporting the financial issue and deciding the financial problem of Mongolian herders. So we are developing marketing cooperatives at the small administrative unit and at the PUG level, and also we are developing some credit and saving cooperatives even, and also herders having their own matching fund within the pasture user groups, so they can use it as an investment for haymaking and rangeland management activities. And the last thing what we are doing now in Mongolia is responsible nomad standard, which is the raw material traceability system. So this system is really, helping to sell the products what is made by the good raw materials that came from our pasture user groups at the zone level. So it can have a value-added price, and also this price will come back to the herder family. So it's really helping to increase the value of the raw materials in Mongolia. So we are really representing many pasture user groups and also herder organizations in Mongolia. By now, we have 18 IMAG Federation of pasture user groups, and also almost 170 some associations of pasture user groups. And also I mentioned that we have 1,575 pasture user groups. That groups are including about 90,000 herder households of Mongolia. And also we have 119 cooperatives. Some of them are primary raw material cooperatives. And we have 6 secondary bigger cooperative and also 43 credit and saving cooperatives, which are based on pastures groups in Mongolia. So the main outcomes, what we reached now in Mongolia is really about 170 SUMs. It means that almost more than half of Mongolian all SUMs. We have 330 SUMs in Mongolia. So almost half of our SUMs are having rangeland management planning. And these SUMs are, having 90,000 herders. And also we are training also the government employees who are responsible for rangeland management and land management issue in Mongolia. And by this rangeland management, we already protected our 5 million hectare of rangeland in Mongolia in these years. And by these activities, the yak wool product and also baby camel wool products are becoming branded in Mongolia, even also in abroad. We are exporting some of the products. So the price of these raw materials are increased many times since we started the project. So which are really the activities what we are working now. So this is just brief information of our activities. So, and also our organization is one of the member of the working group for International Year of Rangelands and Pastoralists. And we are being a member of working groups at this, several levels and working actively in this big event. And also we are working with the many stakeholders from state organizations of Mongolia and also international organizations like IFAD and FAO and ISC, etc. And also we are cooperating well with all the national organizations like private companies, NGOs, and also the associations of Leader Association and Wood Association of Mongolia, etc. So thank you for your attention. And I would like to just cover brief covering the activities what we are doing now in Mongolia. So if you have a question, I would appreciate to answer it.
Thank you, Sunje.
Thank you.
Very much, very good, and very nice presentation. So, спасибо, Sunjitma, для вашей хорошей презентации. Очень охватывающие все вопросы поддержки пастопользования Монголии, включая местного и национального, регионального развития пастбищного пользования Монголии. И очень хорошо, что вы работаете со многими организациями, которые поддерживают Международный год пастбищных угодий и скотоводов. So, вопросы есть к Sunjitma? Если они вопросы, пожалуйста, please, any questions, feel free. I have only 2 small questions. Два маленьких вопроса. Во-первых, на этом этапе для поддержки Международного года пастбищных угодий и скотоводов нам необходимо, чтобы поддержка была не только международных организаций, не только и национальных комитетов, а также из пастбищных organizatie. Pastorische скотоводов и сообществ. То как бы у вас какие планы вот такой поддержки, чтобы работать с местными пользователями, чтобы они выражали свою поддержку в Международном году пастбищного года и скотоводов? So my question is that in English, but for you, during this year, our main objective is how to promote, how to support international year arrangements, pastorals among all stakeholders, including also local stakeholders like communities, heritage pasture user groups, or as you know, you have many working with sumo level pasture user associations, IMRP level pasture user associations, but how I know you have some support letters already. We want that some heritage groups or heritage associations can be the official support letters, because this is Mongolian proposal, of course, and you are national inside of national group, but their groups, of course, can they issue some kind of support letters? Be nice. So, what do you think on the possibility on that? Thank you. Second question is, of course, you mentioned that 5 million hectare rangelands improved. It's very nice. Mongolian target on the improved rangelands is huge. And according to our ELDN, so we need a lot of restoration of rangelands in the ecosystems. So these 5 million hectare, you mean, I think it's very happy that these lands are mostly naturally regenerated thanks to the pasture shifting, pasture rotation, and other activities. So this is, so that is right. So we will have such kind of pasture improvement activities, and pasture will naturally regenerated rather than we just cultivate or plant trees or other plants. So that's, I think, but to clarify. So мой второй вопрос, госпоже Сумджитма, был такой, что она в своем докладе означала, что 5 миллионов гектаров пастбищного года улучшилось. То я спрашиваю, это за счет естественного возобновления, за счет, значит, рационального использования пастбищ, путем чередования и семейное пастбищное пользование. Вот, чтобы немножко корректировать. Спасибо большое.
Okay, thank you for questions. For the first question, I would like to say that, you know, it's really possible to send supporting letter from our association, IMRP Federation, and also some associations in Mongolia. So we could contact with them and support them to send this supporting letter for International Year of Rangeland and Pastoralists. So it's 100% possible to send letter. So, and then also for the second question, it's interesting question. So, as you know, it's really difficult to restore and rehabilitate the degraded rangeland in Mongolia, especially in arid, semi-arid areas. So it's better to, manage it before the certain heavy degraded levels of it. So these 5 million rangelands is, as you said, it's protected through the rotational grazing, and also some of them is rested for 1 year according to rangeland management planning. So when we are, making it more reliable or on site, the rangeland use agreement is helping to make it work. So it's really pushing people to follow this rules, and also once they've approved the rangeland management planning for that year, they really need, the herder families need to follow it. So in that case, we can rotate and rest huge at least, the area of the one pasture user group level. So in that case, it's good to having this community-based management. If it was for the herder families, it's impossible, and only one family is moving or rotating, but it's not possible to protect the large amount of rangeland. So this pasture user group organization is really helping to make this very good work.
Thank you. Yeah, I think that's very important because the degradation and improvement of pasture land like 5 million hectare. It is because Mongolia's huge land degradation issues. Our value of Mongolian land which is degrading now almost 43% of GDP, annual GDP. This is huge. We are degrading a lot of, but in Kyrgyzstan around 60% or something like that, less than Mongolia, of course, land degradation levels. That's why our two countries, Mongolia and Kyrgyzstan, already submitted land degradation neutrality, which is, I think, they focus on this area of restoration. So я очень поддерживаю вопрос Сунджитма, который вот организации, которые в репорте, которые вот улучшение деградации пастбищных земель 5 миллионов гектаров в год, потому что Монголия, значит, стоимость оценка, значит, деградированных земель, включая пастбищных, уже доходит до 43% годовой национальной продукции. Это очень большое число. По сравнению с Кыргызстаном, сейчас где-то около 16% деградации земель в Кыргызстане. В Кыргызстане вы, конечно, большое время тоже выделяете на управлению, улучшению организации, пользования и лесопользования. Это очень хорошо, и вам дают хорошие результаты. И ваши такие достижения нейтралитета деградации земель, вот эти вопросы хорошо включены, поэтому вот из Монголии, из Кыргызстана у нас взаимный вот обмен опытом, взаимные вот задачи, как мы будем достичь наш определяемый на национальном уровне вклад, который вот уменьшение деградации земель. Это будет очень большое дело для обеих стран. So, thank you very much again, Mr. Mjitma.
Okay, thank you.
Questions? If no more questions, I think we haven't now representatives from other countries. If they will send the reports, we will share with you online by email. So that's why I think this agenda item we will finalize. And the second, we will move now second item agenda. So относительно первый вопрос мы уже заканчиваем, потому что если другие страны, наши участники поделятся своими репортами по этим вопросам, мы будем просто вам через электронную почту отправлять и обмениваться. Второй вопрос, это значит обновление деятельности региональной коммуникационной группы. То есть здесь я хотел бы пригласить госпожу Мандых, чтобы сделать такой обновление деятельности и апдейт. Okay, thank you. So we will invite Ms. Mandek to update on the regional communication team activities. Okay, Mandek, yours.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we hear you.
Okay. I probably should turn on my video while doing that. Okay. As far as the last communication group meeting was held in 1 week before, it's around 24th of February, if I'm not mistaken. And what was the decision? What was the the meaning of the communication is how the communication groups from the regions should work in terms of supporting international year, and how they should connect with the international support group and communication groups. So what we decided is to have one or two representatives from each group, regional group. So as you know, we have around 6, I guess, regions, and Central Asia and Mongolia is one of them. So our region have a quota for 2 seats to work with the international communication group as a mediating between the country groups and international groups. And probably today we need to decide who will, those 2 persons who will represent our region at the international communication group, because the international communication group meeting will be held around 23rd of March. So we need to send the names of and contacts of these 2 persons to attend this meeting. And the second point, how we can support as a region the international communication group and what is in our agenda for 2021. We still in the international support group looking forward for the support letters from different organizations. It can be local pasture user groups, it can be big associations, unions. The internet, as proposed by international group, it would be very helpful if we can reach out international organizations working with the countries to send their letters of support from their side. For instance, the ICMOD or the WCS or whatever organization which are engaged in pasture-related activities in your countries. The second issue is to expand and make the website more visible, more informative for general public as well as for other people to support. So the countries are called to send much more information, more photos, and more video materials, so they can be broadcasted through this IYRP.info website. So this, I guess in 24th, in the meeting of the international group, they will be, we will decide how the countries can upload this information, because if everyone will send to international group the materials, it will be a lot of work for the person who is in charge of the website design. So probably that 2 person will be in charge for our region to upload and broadcast that information on the website. The third issue is the preparation to Yunga. It's usually held in October, in mid of October, I guess. If the Yunga decides that international year to be to 2026, then all our work are successful. Means successful. So we need to make this this website more visible, as well as engage all potential organization to by sending their support letters. That's short from my side, and if there is a questions, I will try to answer, because international group is not yet had the meetings, so I have very limited information. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mandar. Very good. So, any questions, comments to Mandar? Aprosi, Mandar. Okay, I have small question. So you told that you have communication team meeting. Who will participate? How many people? Who from international support group? Who will participate from international support group?
From international support group, I just received an email from Anne, and she is CC'd to.
Okay, so Anne is participated. Okay, Anne what age?
Anne and Barbara, the main people. Well, they say that Engin will be the most.
Yes, Engin is the most communication national level. Yes. Okay. Secondly, I want just to clarify that in our Central Asia Mongolia regional support group, we have communication team. Initially, it was like Mandar, Miss Elvira, and Namulin is just on vacation, on maternity. So I think Miss Sumjitma now, and then someone from Kazakhstan, Chinar, but she is not active. So I think three of you, our communication team, like Mandar, Elvira, and Sumjitma. So as we agreed and post our meeting. So I agree with you that your communication team is starting activities good. So one of main activities in this year is to get support from all stakeholders, even national governments, because in our region, Mongolia and Kyrgyzstan, of course, they are supported the international arrangements and pastorals because the issues very related, and then the two countries are leading. Then we need support letters from other countries of the region, for example, from Kazakhstan, Tajikistan, or Uzbekistan. So we can how to work with our support group, our communication team work. Please also try to work with national team members, coordinators about support letters from national governments. And second one is, of course, from other stakeholders, as you say, from NGOs, pastoral organizations, communities, pastoral communities, or international organizations, academia, NGOs, international NGOs. So that's also one of our areas which we should work on in this year at least. So that's, I think, we should focus on the area. And I think we should today decide your second question about who will be on the international support group communication team and the international support group. As you said that we have 2 persons should be there, yeah? So yeah. We will, I think today we will decide from among 3 of us, 3 of you, like Elvira is here, Miss Elvira, and Sumjitma and Mandar.
I'm here. Let me make this process easier. Unfortunately, I cannot participate on this meeting. I have field visits this time.
Yes,
so
you have field visits, but I think on the push you will active because you have a lot of things. And again, the one thing
thank you.
Yeah, one thing is they develop the regional page of IYRP .info website. So if you will link your Kyrgyz page, which is already a forum or everything like pictures or presentations or something like that, Also, you will next question. You will also present about global player. So you will be, I think, one of active on that. So
Okay.
also, as your organization is, as Namolin is now on the vacation, so you maybe also have your willingness to, because in Yunga, in UN General Assembly, communication team should work very actively on organizing side events, on organizing exhibitions, on organizing many as activities on like on online or something like that. So we need active people as you. So our Central Asia and region, we will visible to others, you know, and during the Yunga. So I think I will ask now our members comment 2% from our series to select to the Internet Support Group communication team. We can today discuss and nominate. Okay, what is your ideas? Well, maybe what you volunteer, maybe some of you volunteer. Okay, I will go. I want to be also on an international support group as communication team, because representing Central Asia Mongolia Regional Support Group. So maybe some of you, 2 of you, maybe also volunteer. Who will can volunteer? Okay. How you think, Manda? What do you think?
Well, well, I can participate as a person who is communicating with 2 groups, because but me myself, I cannot prepare any materials because I'm far from that. I'm a researcher. So if you wish, I can just represent the region and send out, hey, this happened in international group, please region, go ahead, or something like that, but not more.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. It also makes sense. Yes. And some other volunteers, how you think, Miss Elvira?
Well, if Mongolia, one of 2 person is Mongolia, then yeah, it will be logical if someone from Central Asian country will.
Okay. So you want maybe more now inviting Elvira, huh? How is it, Elvira?
Oh, no. no. I already informed that I have a lot of field visits this time, and I'm afraid I will not have any good access to the internet to participate, unfortunately. Sorry.
No, it's not just access, because you don't need every day to access.
No, if it's online meeting, I can miss this day's meeting. So that's my,
maybe
what I'm afraid of.
Maybe you recommend someone from Kyrgyzstan that
I can recommend, yes, I can recommend Sairagul. She's very responsible lady. What do you think? Or Sanatbek. He's involved in all this process, and he's more or less.
He's not involved in our meetings, Sanatvik. Sairagul is involved in 2 times, but not today.
I think that Sairagul is good version option. Or Shinar from Kazakhstan. What do you think?
She is not participated in our last 2 meetings, so I think she's not much active. So what do you think, Sumjitma?
I think the 1 member from Mongolia is good enough to represent, because you know the Mandakh is representing Mongolia. So if there's someone from Central Asia, I think 2 people is enough to represent our Central Asia and Mongolia. So, and also I'm busy too, so maybe I could miss some of the meetings. So I think that maybe it's good to have only one member or representative from Mongolia.
Okay, so I think in that case, Elvira and Sumjitma, you are still members of communication team of Central Asia and Mongolia. And
Yes.
so we will support the two person who is nominated today. It's Mandach and as Elvira has recommended Sairagul. So these two we will present on international support group, but you will you will be talk with them on the documents and all the things. So you are 5%. So the Elvira, Mandach, and then Sairagul, then Elvira and Sumjitma 4%, our communication team. From the 4%, the 2% we are to the nominating for international support group communication team. Is that right? Any comments? So we agree?
Yes.
Okay, so agreed. Okay, thank you. So now move to next agenda item, update on global flyer. Please, Elvira, do something very shortly, okay?
Yes, we have already mentioned about this, our efforts to support this initiative. And in our previous meetings, we have talked about the printed materials in our quarter bulletin of Kyrgyz JIT. It's on the national level, it's spread among our members, pasture user unions. And also last time we have translated this global flyer to the Russian and placed it on our website, and also share it as a handouts for our members on this national forum, as we mentioned it. And we are planning to translate it to Kyrgyz language to be more clear in the rural, on the local level. Probably we will place also on our website. And we have shared it on the SAPA Facebook page and on the NES country page. And also, also we have added some points to this global flyer, focused on the pasture sector details in Central Asia, and it was also translated. And also last time we have discussed about the adding the part of about the support of pasture tourism, it's ecotourism issues, and we have even prepared the draft version, but it's not finished yet. But as soon as it is ready, we will share among all these SAPA members to discuss, maybe to add or correct the text, exact words in this text. So we will add it to the global flyer and place on the, I hope we can place it on the main website. So this is the last updates for today. Thanks.
Okay, very good, Elvira. You do a lot. So you already include global flyer, some specific notes from Central Asia. Yes, you'll include already. I have commented 2 of them, and you also something include. So that's now it is in like in English, but there is Central Asia and some specifics, and also it is in Russian now. I understand, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's very good. So then you will just next days just circulate us your last version of English and Russian, which is in some Central Asian points on specifics. Then we can ask them to upload an international support group website, or you ask, because Amanda, or you ask them how to upload them. That's in English and in the Russian language. Okay.
Okay.
And then Miss Mandach, and please also after then after Elvira is send the final version, please translate maybe in Mongolian, in Sumjitma also help, okay, on that. So then we upload it in our websites, Jasil, and website of National Federation Pasture User Groups. Is that okay? Sumjitma, is that okay? Sumjitma is go out. Mandach, is that visible? Mandach.
So I try.
Okay, thank you.
My end.
Okay, so
very hard, you know.
Sorry?
I mean, translation is very hard job.
No, that this is this is already something I think done in some paper. You just collect them in the last version, them add in something, and just Google or something like that. It's very, maybe Sumjit will help. I will call to her. She's now is not here or not. I will also call to her. Okay, so we will finalize the Mongolian version too. And then in the Kyrgyz language, I will ask other people like Uzbek language and with Mirzakhut, in the Kazakh language with the Chinar, in the Tajik language with Azizbek. So we will have them all national language, and that will be posted in our organizational websites. Okay, that's my idea. Okay, is that agree, all of you? Any comments?
No, not yet. No.
Sorry?
Excuse me.
Sumjitma, so we just, Elvira just updates that last version of Global Player is ready in English in the Russian, because there are some Central Asian specifics. We already include some Central Asian specific points. So then it is now, Elvira will be circulate on next 2 days on email, and then you will also do it in Mongolian for Mongolian website, your website, okay? Okay?
So you mean that we need to translate it into Mongolian, right?
Yeah, Mongolian, yes, yes. Just maybe you'll just Google Translate or something like that. Some already Mongolian, I think there, but you need just check it, okay?
Okay, it's just flyer, so it means just short, right?
Yes,
Small.
yes, just player on two-page player.
Okay,
Okay, so we agreed, and so we will invite our Central Asian members of communication team to international communication team meeting. So I will inform you next few days. Thank you. Okay, next item at the agenda is a discussion of the plans. So I think we will not much time for that, but I just briefly introduce you what we thinking about our planning activities, maybe just for 2 minutes. So for our planning activities, we need three time milestones. We will have 3 separate activities plans, like as suggested by International Support Group, like from now until September 2021. That will Mirapret United God. Second one is from October 2021 to December 2025. This is a 3-year our plan, which is Mirapretina Sedushi Trigoda. Then we will have a plan from January to December 2026. That's the internationally arranged and pastors, as we hope. That's Mirapretina United God. Поэтому the post drafts of A, B, and C, we will ready for the discussion and joint Congress in Nairobi in October 2021. So until that time, we will finalize the second 2 our activities, plan activities. Posters, I think we will already have something, because in post, and on this year plan, I think you all have our draft schedule of activities for 2021. That's our main plan for this year. There you will see the time activities, who will be responsible for that. So that we will still use on that for this year. And of course, major global milestones for this year should consider. This is a FAO conference on July this year. That we will not need so much activities, because FAO conference just to go automatically. So as Mr. Gregoria mentioned that it's not much need some money activities. Second also Yunga. Yunga is in 14 and 30 September. Is that right? In this year. So our regional support group and our communication team will work on how to on make things during or before or during the Yunga. And then third, of course, Joint Congress, International Rangeland Congress, International Grassland Congress. It is end of October 2021 this year. So here we will, as I said already, we will explain our regional work plan. So, and then we will national level activities. We are now working with national level coordinators to develop national plans, like including governments and other stakeholder support for international rangeland pastures, as we told today, in social media campaign as our communication team work. And na мероприятие на 3 года, we need to attention, of course, national action plan to prepare the internationally rangeland pastoralists. That will every country will develop through improving national activity laws, legislation, capacity building, training, all of the activities, and that will happen then. Then regional action plan for Central Asia and Mongolia and regional support group. That we will discuss, prepare before the International Grassland Congress and International Rangeland Congress until September. And then, of course, SAPA will develop strategy and action plan. So our 5 clusters will on that. So that will include all the areas of planning for next 3 years from 2022-25. About 2026, main idea is monthly themes for 12 months. That's we will develop because during the all these 3 years, because this is country specific say and regional specific say. So we are on work on that because we will on to 12 monthly themes starting from January to December 2026. So that's all, and to inform you, and of course to do that, I maybe another just 1 minute, some small matrix how to we think our planning activities. This is like our clusters, like action track, which is 5 clusters. Then we will local and national level and regional level our activities. Then including like this, like every cluster, every cluster according to the objectives and activities. We will have group our objectives and activities. Like here, I will not mention all of them because you are now 5 clusters, as you know. Then the cluster leaders coordinate on that, and Egemberti and Kyrgyzstan and Jasil and National Pasture User Federation of Mongolia and other organizations, we will focus on these 5 clusters because 5 cluster leaders will coordinate on the planning on this area. Then we'll go to in the green area because 12 months activities for 2026. Then yellow area, advocacy and awareness and support for this year. I think mostly for our communication team and our other national coordinators. And blue area, which is actions to prepare for the Internationally Rangeland Pastures 2026, including with SDGs. You know SDGs, you know LDN or NDCs or BGTs. So we will link about all these our activities on that, and to link our expected outcomes and results with all these areas of matrix or the windows. So that will our plan and activity and plan scope of plan. So I will stop this again, share, because time is not permitted. So do you have any comments and questions? Very short, I hope, because we have almost extra time for 10 minutes. So we should finish now. Do you have any comments and suggestions?
Not for now.
Okay, thank you. So
Yeah, I have one question.
okay.
Will you send this activity plan and planning for the presentations to us? Is it
Yes.
possible?
Yes, we will send our national coordinators, and of course now national coordinators of each country. So you will receive that, and you will, because planning process is very multi-stakeholder, very more dimensions. You know, we don't want that today and tomorrow we will start finish planning. This is a process. So we will discuss with all stakeholders and at national, at regional, and global regional level. Then we will to have our plan ready to end of September. So we are working with some international government organizations in Mongolia, FAO Mongolia, and I think very nice. We have FAO Kyrgyzstan here, the representative, Mr. Magrifa. So we discuss with FAO countries to support us on regional planning. So we will also, if you can support on that, our Kyrgyzstan side or in our activities, it will be very nice. So we will share with you all our activities, how it's things going. Is that okay? So if no any comments and questions, если нет больше вопросов и предложений, тогда, значит, я хочу сказать большое спасибо сегодняшним всем, те, кто выступал с хорошей презентацией, и те, кто выражал свои предложения и комменты, и те, кто участвовал в этом нашем мероприятии. And if you permit me, I would like to thank all of you to the active participation, particularly to our presenters from such nice presentations about activities and about update of activities. And I hope that in our next meeting, we will more clarify, more detail, with more participation of our members from our region. So telling that, and thank you, Lena, for your taking some notice, I think, and happy, and all of you, thank you for your participation, and see you again, and our next meeting sometime in April, we will announce you, maybe it's the second half of April. So we will announce you time exactly. If you have any other time, just maybe you can propose, but if no, we will just additionally inform you. Is there any ideas or time for next meeting? Okay, so we will inform you when we need next meeting. It will second half of April. So we will announce you detail in our emails. Спасибо большое. Значит, следующее наше мероприятие, следующая наша встреча будет где-то второй половине апреля, через один месяц. И тогда встретимся и будем обсуждать вопросы более детально, и также, значит, будем обновлять. If so, thank you all of you. We have time. I will give 10 minutes extra.
Okay, thank you everybody.
Thank you everybody.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.